Good afternoon to those who've joined. We'll begin shortly. We'll just give everyone another minute or two to join. Great. Thanks to everyone who's joined the webinar today. We'll begin shortly. Today's webinar is going to be covered by Anthony from Keysight. He's got 8 years of experience, so he's a real expert in his field. If you have any questions, feel free to submit these via the Q&A function at the bottom, and we'll answer as many as we can at the end. Just like to remind everyone that we are recording the webinar just so we can use it again for future marketing purposes. So with that, over to Anthony.
Thank you, Adam. Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar. Today, our topic will discuss on digital learning with Keysight Smart Bench Essential, or we call it SBE. The technology nowadays is connect everything and everyone, or everywhere. As you can see that the new innovations keep emerging from a small smart city to the smart clothing, generating a billion of the new connections and exabyte of the new data. And our world is becoming more connected, and so are we. At the same time, we also look at the education industry. We see that it has been undergone some innovation trends across the last few centuries. And today, our topic will be focused on the two parts. The first part is definitely our Smart Bench Essential. The second part will be focused on the software solution as well. Keysight is introducing a complete portfolio of Smart Bench Essential, or called SBE, lab bench product, including a new 20 MHz of waveform generator with option single channel or dual channels. The second product is in SBE is the new 5.5 digit digital multimeter. And the third product is the new triple output power supply. The technical specifications of the SBE I will explain in the details in upcoming slide. Besides that, Keysight also launched a new software solution called PathWave Benchfield Application Software, complements the SBE series to configure the instruments quickly while operating on the same PC screen to test device under test. It stores the data on the PC and export it in the standard readable format for post-analysis work and report generations. The first product is that the EDU 36311A, the triple output DC power supply, is a provide a clean and reliable power supply up to 90 watts with a low output noise and excellent programming accuracy. It has been over the voltage, over the current, and over the temperature protections to ensure that your device under test are protected. It is a relatively quiet ideas for teaching lab environments. and the signature 7-inch of color display, the color code channels as well as the individual node control for the voltage and currents will make the setup very easy and intuitive like all our highest performance power supplies. The new power bench field application is included with the education series of power supply purchase. With the second product I'm going to introduce is that the EDU33211A or EDU33212A, the function generators. The difference is the single or dual channels. With the new EDU33211A and 212A, the function generator, you can generate a accurate waveform with the low output noise and distortion up to 20 MHz. It comes with a built-in modulation and the 17th most popular waveform and has a capability to generate 16-bit arbitrary waveform with memory up to 8 megasample per channel. On the dual channel models, the independent channels can be coupled in amplitude and frequency. The 7-inch of color display make the instrument configurations, intuition, and ease of use. Same as the power supply, the new standalone of PathWave bench field application is included with the education series of the function generator to allow you to control your function generator from the PC. The last hardware instruments Keysight newly launched in 2021 is the 5.5 digit digital multimeter. And the new DMM can measure 11 different input signals, including the 4 wires resistance. It has basic DC voltage accuracy up to 0.015%, or the 5,000 points of the internal memory are included for applications that require capturing the data over the long period of time. The 7-inch dual measurement color display is one of the largest on any DMM in the market. It gives user a matched user experience when operating the instruments. The USB flash drive support, the LAN and USB remote connectivities are standard on all the education series of DNN, function generator, and power supply. The PathWave bench field application is included as well as for the DMN. The Smart Bench insertions is also included oscilloscope. For the Keysight, we are offering entry levels of portfolio is the high value of infinite visions of 1000X series of oscilloscope. The bandwidth ranging from the 50 MHz up to 200 MHz. A high sampling rate up to 2 gigasamples per second, and a lot of the acquisition memory. It also comes with the standard bus series and the series bus analysis and the board plot functions on the sector model. It also has a same large display and the remote connectivity as the rest of the Smart Bench insertions, and at the same time, we also offering a PathWave bench field oscilloscope application software be included with the oscilloscope purchase. The Smart Bench insertions will serve many customers you already know, the university and the college. We want to help our university to generate an industry-ready engineering graduate by exposing them to the measurement technology from the world premium test and measurement company. We include the software so that students can learn remote connectivity and how to capture the data and analyze the data after they perform the test. This is one of the process to learn on the test and measurements. Besides that, these MPIs are also suitable for basic electronic tests on a bench. You can lower the cost by the test, and with it, the low price point, the long product warranties, and this also includes the Keysight Care service as well. You can fully automate your test with the skipping command, while USB and LAN to increase the test throughput. So, what about the competitors? Okay, now we move to the next part of the today webinar, which is the digital learning environment solutions. So, other than the new PathWave Pencil, the standalone software applications that I mentioned just now, there are few other software solutions that are designed for the education and allow university transform their test method and better manage their lab equipment. This software is actually also applicable for the commercial customer as well. So as long as they can use the features. For the PathWave Lab Managers software, it allows lab admin to configure and set up the teaching lab and track their access easily. Besides that, it allows the lab admin to do a mass firmware update, because you can imagine if a single lab you have installed or configured more than 10 sets of the instruments, and when you do the firmware update, you have to go one by one, and the time you spend is hours or a day. But with the support through the PathWave Pencil Lab Management, we allow to, with a single click, you allow to do a mass firmware update. The next, the new remote access lab software solutions will allow the university and the student to access their lab setup and perform the lab works anywhere they want, especially the learning remote being a new norm in this pandemics. And I forgot to emphasize that the student no need to do any additional installation on their own PC, because this is all been performed through the browser. Okay, for this slide, I will mention in the solutions overview on the remote access lab solutions. The remote lab access solutions actually consists two solutions. First is the cloud-based the remote access management, which is we can integrate with the LMS. The LMS stands for Learning Management System. And as part of the solutions, the lab management and control solution also be included to maximize the usage and we provide a better user experience. The third is the training kit control. The training kit control is, we can say that it's a DAQ. It allows the user to shift the set connections to another DUT so that without do any changing for the lab on the lab when you perform some lab work. The fourth item is the device under test. The device under test can be any DUT as long as it's a DUT that maybe is owned by the university, or the Keysight also has a training kit solutions like example for IoT or RF. The fifth is the industry grade instruments, as example the SB I mentioned earlier, or any Keysight instrument can be included to be connected with these remote access solutions. Okay, for these solutions, for the PathWave lab operation is also we call it the lab remote access solutions. actually it comes with the several key features or the benefit to the user. The first, as mentioned in the previous slide, is the integrate to the LMS. The LMS is a learning management system we provide by third party. So basically nowadays I can say that more than 90% of the university they have their own LMS system being set up from the time to time. And the benefit is that the customer don't need to create a new login credentials for the remote access solutions. We straight away use the login credentials from the LMS to direct login without the, we can say that it's using the single sign-on. So it saves a lot of time of the lab admin to do the configurations because all the information has been provided by LMS. The second feature is that we are providing a lab scheduling. The lab scheduling is that allow the student or any user to book the lab exercise to or the lab bench to run their lab works, so that the lecturer no need to worry about the student whether they got available slot to run their lab work, because all the schedule been stated openly and shared broadly among all the users within the system. The third point, the bench management. The bench management is actually this feature is run by the lab management and the control corrections, so that it allows us to do a mass firmware update. We also can do a grouping on the bench. Example, the bench 1, you can assign the power supply, the DMM, or the oscilloscope become a set of instruments to run the test, so that we can just naming it under basic electronic test. Or if let's say we can assign another bench, example, the signal generator, the spectrum analyzer, to become a RF test bench. So this will be easier lecturer or the student to be identified which setup they are going to be used. The fourth point is that, as mentioned, this is go through a cloud-based. It allows a student or the user or the lecturer be access to the system anytime, anywhere, as long as they have the internet access. The fifth point, we're talking about the student bench grouping. The student bench grouping is the features that we can assign the student belong to which group. Example, the student A is taking the electric and electronic courses. So we can group the student A under the E&E student group. The second student B, maybe he's use the computer science or the computer engineering student. So he can be assigned under the computer science student group. The next point is on-premise. What means is on-premise? As I mentioned in the earlier, this solution we are offering a cloud-based solutions, and at the same time we understand the requirements from the field. That's why we also provide on-premise solutions to the customer. These features or these options, it allows the buyer or the university to install these solutions or to host these solutions within their server or within their IT infrastructures, so that they no need to use the public cloud provided by Keysight. The next point, the interactions tool. These solutions for the remote access solutions actually we allow the 5 concurrent user to log in into a single bench at the same time, which means that we allow a student to be discussed or the corporate to run or to complete a lab exercise within sessions so that they can share the data, same data, they can discuss with others. And from the tools that we allow they communicate each other. Besides that, we also allow they transfer the test data from the bench PC to the user PC so that they can analyze the data after they complete the lab exercise. The last point or the last features we are going to highlight is the session management with the email notifications. The session management with the email notification is referring example. A student A, they have a schedule, a lab at a certain date and time, and the system will automatically send a notification to the user and the lecturer so that they are aware or they set as a reminder to identify the schedule they have been booked so that lecturer also be aware those students have already booked a slot and they're going to complete their lab exercise afterwards. And this is all the key benefits I'm going to highlight for today for the remote access solutions. Later on, when I go through some demo, you will see more and more through the demo. Okay, now we move to the demo sessions. Okay. Okay, this is the page that for us to log into the remote access solutions. And now I'm using my own the user account to log in. So my user account will be under the lecturer's user. Basically, we have divided this user to three categories. One is a lab admin. Second is a lecturer. Basically, have the same the authorizations with the lab admin. The third will be the student. So the student will have more the simple authorized to access to these solutions. Okay, now first step is the home. The home will be showing all the schedule by yourself or scheduled by others, so that because this platform allow us to access up to 5 concurrent users to the same bench system. Okay, so now I move to the bench management. From here, you can see I will categorize to the different type of a bench managed situation, and you can see the status from here, whether it's online or offline. So with the online ones, we see now I have to connect it to the internet access, and they will allow us to do a remote control. So basically, I also can limit whether this is station being used by admin lecturer or being used by student. Okay. So this after the next is the scheduler I mentioned earlier. So this is the platform that I host. Currently, I at my home, and the demo station is located at my office, the Penang office. So we will see that the time is fixed to my own time zone, and we will make a booking. So from here, I also allow to invite other user as well. So this will be a bunch of the user being logged in access to this system, and I can select up to 4 other users because including myself will be total 5. So today I don't have other user, so I just need to click submit, and this will be a summary to make your confirmations. Okay, so to approve that, because we want to make sure that all the students have access to the right group, and I as a user for the lecturer, I can manage it. for the session manage under the session management. So from here, the lecturer or admin, they can approve or reject or remove this booking for the student. So today I'm going to approve it. Once you approve, the session status will be changed to the approve. And from here, you go back to the home page, you will see a booking schedule by me myself, and you will be able to connect it from the platform here. I just need to click connect. From here, you will see this is the session time from 8 p.m. to the 9 p.m. and what's the remaining time for this typical time slot. So you will see once this start remote access button is shown, you just click access and you will see this is from the current page you see actually is my demo station located at my office. So basically this is the bench PC for me to access it. So as long as you have set up a PC on your lab and the PC will connect to all the instruments, then you will able to control the whole thing. So this platform also allow you to do other stuff like some simple analysis with Excel, whatever. So as long as what the PC can do, this can be all performed. So now I just, because this platform allow up to 5 users using at the same time. So I just need to grant a control, and now I can control the bench PC at the demo station. Okay, so this is the PC. This is the smart bench essential that I use for the demos for today. So this is basically at the demo station, and you can see this is all the data through a camera I set up from there. Okay, so and in the earlier slide I present, we are introduced a PathWave standalone PathWave BenchView software for the SPE. So today I will showing all the the PathWave BenchView for your easier to do a remote control. So you can see from here, this is all the live setting. And if let's say you want to change the instrument you are planning to control, you just need to go from to here and select all the instrument you are connected to the network or through the USB port. Okay, so I connected to these instruments, and okay, I make you have a live view within the. Okay, so now I select. Okay, okay, I select a status turn on the channel 3, which is you from see from here. This is the third, and here will show the status color. So once I select turn on, and you'll see from here the actual instruments, the light is turned on, which means that we are enable the output for the power supply. And you can change all the setting here. Example, now you can set 1 volt with the 2 amp, and you easily can set up all to change the setting. So if let's say you see from here, I can even zoom in. Okay, so basically, okay, so you can see the setting actually is changed at one point, exactly same as what I set in here. So 1 volt, here also showing 1 volt. So basically, this is a live control, and you can do a remote access to these instruments through the PathWave BenchView. And you even can play the setting so that the base source setting, everything you can in the single page. And we even have a sensing or also the cupping for the delay time or the off delay time. So you can enable how you're going to do a sensing of coupling. At the same time, this also allows us to do a protection, enable the protections. Example, you turn it on and you can change it, the setting change or the DCC transition. So this is allow you to do a over voltage, over current, and also the over temperature protections. Okay, so this I mentioned that earlier. This is the 3 output power supply, and you allowed to support up to 90 watt. So this is the basic setting, and you can play around. So the next features for this PathWave pencil is the data logger. For those lecturer or for the engineering, if let's say they want to do a study on their product, they need to do some experiment and they need some time or they spend some time to run the quality test. They even can have this trace login they want to capture all the data. They can even enable it. So the data will help us to correct all the data and perform it. And at the same time, this will allow you to do a immediate start button so that you just need to press the start, or you even can set it on the specific date and time to start it without a break. And the sample interval you can capture with the minimum, or you want to set it every second. You want to capture the measurement of the power supply, and this will be benefit you without do any coding, just to capture the data. And for the stop data login to correct the data, and you just press the stop, or you immediately you set after days or hours to run, and or the number after the number of sample be corrected. So this is to allow the user to be easily to control the instrument without any coding. And for here, you also allow to save all the setting file and as a default or power supply file, and you can save it. Example, now I just put it in demo 1, and you just save it, and you will receive a notification that this is successfully saved. So now I just need to go back to the instruments view, and I can simply turn it off. I just put it back the default value or any value like that. So I can change the value here. And as long as I just need to open the setting back and loading the setting file I saved before, and it will change back to the setting file. So basically, it will be make the whole features or whole setting be easily to configure and fast respond to the new, because most of the time the instrument is not using by one person. It can be shared to allow your colleague or other student as well. So to make the things easier, you can allow to save the setting. So the next is I'm going to share is about the function generator. So it's the same like the power supply. You can select the different instruments from here as long as you connected to the network or the USB port. So at here, same, you also allow to set the different setting like the amplitude. You even to allow to change the VPP or the VRMS or DMM, so that the value different value of the amplitude. Now I change to dBm, and I can select 0. Okay, the offset. Then this one, the frequency. This function generator does the option is able to support up to 2 megahertz, and now I can try is even 1 kilohertz. And once you change, you just to key in the value and press enter, and you will see here the value immediately change, or you can straight away change from here. Okay, now I change to 2 kilohertz, and you will see actually it's same. We have 2 options to change the setting, and the phase or the radiance you even can set 90 degree or 45 degree. You can set the phase for the waveform. So this is for the synchronization. This is a sync internally so that because you can sync internally, and or for the output, you even can select the output mode is like normal or gated, and priority. All this is invest. Basically, all the basic features for the function generator, or from here, all the button here you can see. Okay, okay. So basically, all the functions here under the instruments, you have all the set. You can change the setting immediately from here. From the instruments, there actually is less button, and sometimes you might find difficulty to find where is these features, or where I need to key in the data. So you have a single view for this by using this PathWave pencil. And the output set, you can turn it on or turn it off. So this is basically you can immediately control it, and you'll see the status LED light here will show, okay, now I turn it on for the both. Once I just turn it off, this will immediately change off. So it immediately responds to the setting, whatever you've done in the PathWave pencil. Okay, so same, this is also allow you to save the setting file and loading the setting file. So, and beside that, I mentioned that we have a lot of different waveforms. Here we have the default one is a sine wave or square or ramp or power, so that you can play with the different mode, and you change the setting here. So for the mode, you even can allow you to do a non-restraint, but the non referring to the one single shift, or you can multiple shift from here, and also you can play a burst signal or AM, FM, all of the different modes. Okay, and this is allow you to turn it all on or off button. So this is the basic function generators features. And okay, the next will be the oscilloscope. So this oscilloscope is same. You will see exactly the same features. Okay, now I turn it on the channel 1. Okay, let me. Okay, now I just need to turn on. Okay, now you will see I already turned on the channel 1. So this is the oscilloscope I have, and you will get the result from here. Sorry, I'm facing some my network problem, and okay, let me move to the DMM first. Okay, so the DMM is same. This is allow you to do a control or the data logger. So you can capture all the data by immediate start, or you just press this by setting all the time and also the after hours or day. Okay, example, now I do some parameters measurements. So once I just click start with the immediate start button, and this will allow you to correct the data, and you will see once you use your mouse to ping the point, you will see the data point on, like example, now is the feed point and what's the reading here. So you have a live data update from the graph here. Okay, now I just need to click stop. So you immediately display all, and you also allow you to do like display in the date and time, all this, the different time. And from here, you also can change the dark setting, the thickness, you can change the thickness, or you can change the color. And okay, you can even change the color here. or okay, let me show you and you even can select the different scale. Okay, you can change the scale of the graph here. You can change the setting, and okay, okay. So you will see a bit to display the graph here, and from here you can play, or you can fast forward, or you can backward the whole display the graph as well. So this is the feature of the data loggers, and from here you are allowed to export the data or the image. So you can save, you can browse. This save file is actually saved on the local PC where I hosting all the instruments, and you can see this save as the save file demo one. Okay, let me select export. Okay, so I just need to select the file and trace one and export it. So once the export it, you immediately get the data here, and you will see the actual data I captured. Okay, so you basically you have all the details like what's the model, and okay, so you're allowed to see what's model and visa IP address or the visa address, and the start time, stop time, all these the details, and the data will show, so that it will make you easy to analyze after you collect the data. Okay, so okay, let me start again. Okay, you just need to turn it on the PathWave pencil, and you will get it. Okay, now I just need to select the instrument. The model I'm using is DSOX 1204G, and okay, this is the model I use. Okay, so you see now it's capturing the channel 1. So you will see the reflex as the same, and you even can turn it on the channel 2. So here also will reflect the status of the channel 2 being turned on. Once the LED light is turned on, it's showing this is enabled. Okay. So you can start, click run, and to do a measurements. So here you can see, okay, because now only the channel 1 I connect to the DUT, so you are having data from the channel 1. And you can get a trigger source either with the PathWave or this, or the sourcing through a channel 1 or channel 2. So this is the source, is triggering source from the whatever the channel, either you from or external, or you can through a line. So basically it's same features, whatever the oscilloscope can be performed. So this is, you can select a auto scale, and this is the fit, because this is the best scale we can get. So that's why you won't see any difference. Okay, so basically this is all the features I'm going to show for today. And let's say you have any question, you can drop at Q&A chat there, and I will answer you on after this. Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. That was a great demonstration. I think we've had one or two questions in already. So the first one is, as an R&D test engineer in an electronic company, can I use the SmartBench Essentials instruments for my test and validation work?
Yes, exactly. Absolutely. Because these instruments we are although we are offering for education purpose, but can be used for the industry because we are offering industry grade instruments for the customer. So basically, it's applied for with the low cost instruments.
Brilliant. And then a second one that's in the chat. Can we set automated programs for SmartBench Essentials to run the test in mass production?
Yes. This in SBE, we allow you to do a scripting through the Visa program or through the skipping commands, so that you can program it with the skipping command using the Visa platform.
Great. And if someone wanted an on-site demonstration, who should they approach to get one?
Okay, you can direct contact a Distrelec salesperson, and they can arrange the demo for you, so that they can even arrange the features. Or if let's say they have a resource concerns, then they can contact Keysight, and Keysight are willing to offer the help to do a demo to you or the customer we have.
Brilliant. And I think just one final one that we've got so far, but people please feel free to put some more questions in if you have any. How many users are currently supported by your remote access solution?
Okay, so currently we are supporting up to the 100 concurrent user at the same time, and we are not limit the number of the user to register to this platform. So we only limit the concurrent user for the platform.
Brilliant. We'll give everyone a minute or so to get any other questions in. But thanks to Anthony for his presentation today. I think it's been excellent. Like I said, we have recorded this session anyway, so we'll be able to distribute that once we've edited it a little bit as well. But thanks to everyone who's joined as well. Hope that was informative. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon on another of our webinars.